Hey, welcome everybody to this new video. So if this location seems familiar to you, then it is because it is the very same location that I've been in the last video. Because while driving out here, I spotted a tree, which let me show you. It's this tree right over there. This one. And it looks super... So I spotted this tree and it looks super interesting. There's a lot of character, texture, great colors, and it's pretty much a single tree sticking out in the middle of the field. So the image that I have in mind is basically when the sun is going to pass the horizon, it should be peeking through the leaves, and yeah, it should be a pretty cool image, especially with all the character and the colors and everything. So that's what I have in mind. Let's see how that's going to turn out. Also, man, it's so beautiful. Like, all the clouds are catching some pink light over there. So, yeah, as soon as I get to the tree, I'm pretty much going to frame up the first shots. Because even with the sun not being out yet, it looks promising. It looks great. Okay, so gotta be a little bit careful because of wildlife, because it's still very much early in the morning. It's probably like 6:30 right now. Sun should pretty much rise in the next couple of minutes. I think it's just going to be like 5 to 10 minutes. So this is my tree. You can see the clouds are catching some beautiful pink light. So I'm just quickly going to set up the camera. I've already seen the deer, which was like in the field 20 meters next to me. So without further talking, I'm going to set up the camera because the colors are just getting better and better. Okay, so first shot is in the back. I can't even speak because it's pretty much cold. I'm around 33 mil. I have the tree off center on the left hand side just because it creates a lot of balance, because the light is a little bit more stronger on the right hand side. I'm having a lot of negative space in this image. So the foreground is pretty much still dark, and then I have contrast with all the light and just this tree sticking out, somewhat underexposed, but I've bracketed, so yeah, I shouldn't be losing out on any details in the shadows or in the highlights. Very simple shot, but the colors and the single tree make all the image. Yeah, really beautiful. And to be honest, the experience is even better. Just being out in the morning, sunrise, it always has some magic. Okay, so the only thing that you could say is a little bit imperfect in this image is on the left hand side there are a couple of wind turbines, which are part of the landscape. But fortunately, they're not spinning, they're just standing still, so they're not, well, disturbing my bracketing exposure. So yeah, not gonna complain about that, it's fine. So yeah, just waiting for the sun to rise. And I think for the particular shot that I have in mind, I should move on a little bit to the left hand side, because the sun and the tree are not aligning as much as I had in mind. Ah, the sun is peeking through. Amazing. So I have set up in the field because it is the best exposure that I can get. Let me just try to show you what I'm shooting. There you go. Let me quickly manage my camera. I'm gonna try and get f16 because I want some sun stars. I hope that will work. So let me just set you up. That's actually a very cool representation of what I had in mind with the shot when I planned that. Look at that, so beautiful. The first kiss of sunlight this morning. That's incredible. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna get any better shots from here. So I'm gonna do the obvious thing now, which is to move in front of the tree and get it with the first sunlight right in front of it. So I don't think I'm going to get any better images from this spot. So I'm going to do the obvious thing now, which is to walk in front of the tree and then shoot it with the first kiss of sunlight, because yeah, the sun has just passed the horizon. It's absolutely beautiful. So very simple shot, quite straightforward. I'm doing a vertical one, just having the tree dead center in the middle, 35 mil. There's not much going on that I could include in terms of composition. Some bushes, some of the field, which is also catching the first light. Yeah, it's not perfectly in terms of composition, but it does work. It's all about the color. Yeah, and that's okay. At least the field gives some context to the image. That's quite cool. So with the first colors, I do want to try a polarizer. Just gonna put that on. Brighten my exposure. Oh yeah, yes. Polarizer, yes, definitely. Don't even have to bracket this exposure. It's not too high dynamic range. Getting everything in here. The tree, as I mentioned, beautiful character, texture, colors. But what really makes the image, as always in landscape photography, is the light. That really adds everything and yeah, makes it work so much better. Actually, now I do like the surroundings quite a bit. The field is just beautiful with this golden, soft touch of sunlight. Some of the bushes have some red berries. That's really beautiful. So as I've mentioned, I've shot this location in the last video already, and I had one particular shot where there was a tree which was turned to autumn colors already, so it was pretty much yellow, while all the other surrounding trees were still in green. So I think I'm just going to go there again and reshoot the scene, but this time not in like harsh summer conditions, but at sunrise. See how much this is going to change the scenery. I think that's a pretty cool idea, so yeah, let's head there. So one more image that I have in mind that I want to quickly try is, yeah, you can't see it. Basically there's a big chunk of forest, and as the sun is not that high above the horizon, it just creates so many layers of light and shade in between the different tree lines. Just basically a pattern over there. Yeah, and I'm gonna try and zoom in with the telezoom quite far, get a compressed shot, and try and capture these layers of light and shade. Maybe that will work, maybe not, but I'm going to try. Okay, so somewhere over there, that was the tree that I was talking about. You can pretty much see it, it's quite yellow already. And I think I'm not gonna shoot it from the angle that I shot last time, which was somewhere over on the field, so it was kind of like a very straight, direct shot. But I think this time I'm gonna try a more sideways one, just because the sun is also hitting from this angle, so I'm gonna shoot from this angle. Yeah, just gonna try and create something different. Just have it basically layered with all the green on the left hand side, and this one yellow tree sticking out, and then continuing with green. Just having it like stick out. I think that's gonna be something different. Just gonna try. Looks quite cool from here. So while I'm setting up my camera, let me quickly mention that I have a photography course available. It's the first link in the description, and I teach you everything you need to know about landscape photography. Settings of your camera, being out in the field, post-processing, everything there's to know to start out. So if you're interested, check it out. It's the first link in the description. Or if you like some of my images, you'd like to have some of them framed up on your wall as a print, it's also the first link. I have some of them available. So now I'm getting light on the scene and I actually quite like this shot. I actually thought about doing a vertical because I thought, so while framing up the shot, I actually thought a vertical might be better just because the tree is kind of like in a vertical position. But actually I would include too much of the sky. So I am going for a horizontal one. Yeah, just beautiful. So if you have seen my latest video as well, I would be super interested in your opinion and in your taste. Which image do you like more? The one that I shot in last video, which was in pretty harsh sunlight conditions and pretty much straight, or this one which is more of like a side angle one in softer sunlight? Write a comment or take the poll in the comment section. I'm super interested. So to be honest, even though this is super beautiful, I don't really have any more shots that I'd like to take. So I'm just having a look around in the landscape with the telezoom now. I've picked up the tree that I shot in the very beginning, just framed it up with the telezoom on. Honestly, just because it's fun. Why not? Also, like, there's so many tracks in the field, and with the side light, I quite like that. It creates some shapes, some patterns, some like there's some small hills in the field. It's not straight, and it's being amplified by the side light from the sun quite strongly, so that looks cool. Yeah, but apart from that, there's not too much going on, and I've explored this location already in the last video. Yeah, there's not too much. Okay, so for now I think I'm just gonna enjoy the moment for what it is. I'm not gonna try and force any more photography because I'm already quite happy with the image. Yeah, I think I'm actually really happy because, not because the image is so great, I haven't seen it on the computer, so can't really judge that yet. But the way it turned out pretty much exactly how I had in my mind a couple of days earlier. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like, share, subscribe, that really helps the channel. And also write a comment or take the poll which image you enjoy more. Thank you for the support. See you in the next one.